everybody, it's Low Carb Carol and I'm back, just like I promised. Hey, today we are going to show you how to make the very best low carb keto noodles that you've ever had. They don't have a fishy taste, they don't have an egg taste, and they don't have a gritty taste. Remember I told you I was going to wrangle my Italian husband in here in the kitchen? Well, I finally got him in today. But before we proceed, I want you to go on Facebook. I want you to like, share, and subscribe to my page. Real simple, Low Carb Carol. Like and share and subscribe. Thanks so much. And here's the husband.
Hello and welcome. Welcome to Carol, Low Carb Carol. Like she had mentioned about the keto noodles. Being Italian, I love noodles. On the keto diet, you don't get an opportunity to get noodles. So this is not my recipe. This is a recipe I found. I did try this a couple weeks ago. I would not do a video on it if I did not approve of it. These noodles are really good. Very simple to make. And I will go over some of the stuff that you will need. You'll need a strainer. You'll need a couple of bottles, squeeze bottles. I have to use a funnel for my lid and the ingredients. And behind me I have the water bath that we'll talk about that in a bit. But right now we're going to go to the ingredients. We're going to start off with 3 cups of water. I've already added in here. 5 ounces of chicken breast strained. I've already strained it. I'm going to add that in here. Get that in there. I'm going to put the lid on. You want to tighten your lid down. Make sure it's tight, because if not, you will get chicken breast all over the place. I'm going to set this over here. And I am going to puree and mix for 20 seconds, whip for 20 seconds. Okay, now I'm going to start adding the ingredients. I'm going to put it into the blender while it's running, while it's blending. I'm going to add a half a teaspoon. So I'm going to put this in here because the hole's a little small. So I'm going to turn it back on to whip. We're going to add this slowly. Half a teaspoon of Xanthan gum. And you want to add it slowly as it mixes. You're going to blend that for 20 seconds. Okay, now we're going to...
And that was Xanthan gum, if you guys couldn't hear him.
Xanthan gum. I'm going to clean the end of this out a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to turn it back on, and I'm going to add a tablespoon of sodium alginate and blend that for 20 seconds. You want to pour this in slowly. Alright, now what we want to do is we want to take this mixture. You have to strain it. So I have a strainer. You want to strain this to make sure you get all the lard. If there's any pieces of chicken breast still left in there, you want to make sure you strain this out. Let me just put this in the sink. You're going to pour this in here.
While he's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and grab him a spatula. He's been in here cooking all day. There's your spatula. Okay, you just want to work this through your strainer. It is starting to get a little thick, so you want to work this through the strainer. Make sure you're going to get all the anything that's left over that was not blended up. And use your spatula to get all that out. And then we are going to let this, we're going to get this all the way through, and then we're going to let this set for a half an hour. And that's going to bring a lot of bubbles to the surface. And then after the half an hour, you want to strain, you want to skim off all the bubbles, because them bubbles will cause your noodles to break. And then once this is done, and in half an hour when we strain the noodles, we're going to put them into the squeeze bottles. And then I'll bring the water bath that we're going to make the noodles out of, the magic, because that's where the noodles start to take form. So I'm going to get this all through there. And then I'm going to skim it off here. Get up as much as I can. Then I'm going to put it in the sink. Clean my hands off. So now we're going to let this set for a half an hour. So now, while we're waiting on that, I'm going to bring the water bath over. And we're going to get this prepared for when the noodles are ready. When the noodles have set for a half an hour. Now, this is calcium lactate. You want to get this in here. You want to mix it in. This is what's going to make the noodles form and turn into the noodles that we're waiting for. Very good. I was really glad to get this recipe. Like I said, it's not mine. I found it. But I am going to share it because it's very good. Very tasty, and it does give you that chance of having what we miss on the keto diet. Noodles with meatballs and sauce. I can't wait. So I'm going to stir this up. I use a whisk. That helps. And it will dissolve, and then I'll stir it one more time. Right before I put the mixture into the squeeze bottles, and then we'll come back and we'll show you how that's done. But because now we have to wait a half an hour, so we're going to jump ahead because a video, we can jump ahead. Now I'm going to let this set, and voila. Through the magic of video.
Through the magic of video.
We have spaghetti noodles. Now, I want to try them. I'm a noodle connoisseur. I love noodles. Whoops. I broke mine. I love noodles. And when he first told me this, I'm like, there's no way. Because I've tried about every one you can imagine. So let me get that. It's bouncy. It's firm. And let's see.
And it looks just like noodles.
That's really good.
And it looks just like noodles. And that's when you put the mixture into the containers and then you start squeezing it into the water, you have to continuously stir. My wife, Carol's going to help me with that. So she's going to stir, and then I'm going to do the mixture.
So I think we could use these noodles in almost anything that you wanted. Like tonight, we're going to use them with homemade meatballs and spaghetti sauce. And then whatever we have left over for tomorrow, I believe we'll make a pasta salad. So anything that you use spaghetti noodles in, you could use this recipe. Maybe like a nice Alfredo or, like I said, a spaghetti salad. Any type of thing you're using noodles for, you could use this in. I'm sure you probably could chop these up and make them into some kind of noodles for maybe chicken noodle soup. So there it is. He's going to come back in about a half an hour and show you what it looks like. You don't want to miss this because it's like magic. I couldn't believe it when he showed it to me. So like, share, and subscribe to Low Carb Carol and let everybody know we're cooking low carb.
Thank you.
Thank you. everyone, it's Low Carb Carol, and I'm back again to finish those spaghetti noodles. Just want you to remember, go to YouTube, like, share, and subscribe to my page, Low Carb Carol, and every time we post a new video, you'll get a little jingle that says, go watch that new video. So here's my husband, Tony.
Hey, welcome back. We're going to do, now we are going to work on the noodle part of it. It's been a half an hour. I am going to grab another bowl so I can put the noodles that are in here into a bowl because it starts to get a little hard to stir. So right now, you have to try to get off as many air bubbles. You want to skim it off the top, and you'll see, you can't see them, but I can. There's a lot of air bubbles that come to the top, so you want to skim them off. Just put them in a little bowl. Constantly keep skimming them. Work yourself around. It'll be important. Once we get these skimmed, get the bubbles skimmed off, we are going to put them in the squeeze bottles. I'm going to set this aside. Squeeze bottle, need 2 of them. It will be about 1.5 by the time I'm done. We're going to pour them in. Get the other one. Pour that in. And I'm going to switch hands here. Get the spatula. And try to get out as much as you can. Why waste it? And it is important to get the bubbles out of there. They will cause your noodle. Every one of them air bubbles will pop. So I'm gonna put the lids on here. I'm gonna grab the noodle strainer. I'm gonna need that. Get the other lid on here.
You sure you don't want me to?
Sure,
stir?
Come on over.
Okay.
Come on over.
This is one of the fun parts.
I'm gonna move the camera down a little bit,
okay.
So you can get it. So you can get a peek.
Part. Oh, this is magic, you guys.
Not that you need to see us.
I had him put this in a bowl and elevate it just so you could see the magic.
You want to continue to keep
swirling. It's like a whirlpool, actually.
So, and then I'm going to squeeze.
Just keep.
Stop. Squeeze, because you don't want 20-foot noodles.
Right. Not unless you're on Lady and the Tramp.
And it takes a little bit of time.
Can you guys see this?
And you'll see it starting to gather in the middle. They already start to look like noodles. It is something. I'm going to bend down a little bit so you can see me, but you can hear me. I want you to be able to keep...
It's like a science experiment.
Gotta keep stirring, and when it gets too heavy...
It's like a whirlpool bath.
When they start getting too many in the middle, we'll just take them out. They're already formed. Gotta keep stirring in circles.
It's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Okay.
Keep stirring.
Yep,
just
keep stirring. Keep stirring.
This is making like a nest of noodles in the middle around my wooden spoon.
Okay, this one's done. What we're going to do now is I'll have Carol stop stirring. And as you can see, we're going to strain them out. I'm going to put them in here. Does make it a little bit easier, but you can already see.
That's so crazy.
These are noodles. They're already noodles. So I'm going to put them in here.
They can be used for anything. Spaghetti, chicken noodle soup.
Then we're going to do it again.
Okay,
stir,
let me get my stirring going.
Yep, stir.
There we go.
And squeeze.
Stir and squeeze. Don't forget to stop after so long to cut the noodles off. It's the craziest experiment here, a scientific experiment.
It is really neat to watch this unfold. When I first seen it, I'm like, really? how's that going to happen? And then you do it, you make the noodles, and you go, oh my.
I was very skeptical. I will tell you, I was very skeptical at first, but after I tried them and they taste just like spaghetti noodles, I'm like, hey, that works for me. Takes that craving away that you have for pasta when you're doing keto or low carb.
I like to put it right next to the end, so right next to the outside of the bowl, so it has time to work its way to the middle.
I think the kids would have a lot of fun making this too. Just keep that water going. Just keep it going. You can see in the middle of my bowl, all my spaghetti noodles are gathering around my spoon, but they're not sticking to my spoon. You just keep it going.
It is a neat process. And they do taste a little bit, you get a little bit of chicken breast taste to it because it is chicken breast.
It's made with that chicken.
But I'm telling you, they're so good. The last batch we did, kind of browned some butter, put the noodles in there, put a little bit of Parmesan cheese. They were very good. Not sure about freezing them. Haven't tried that yet.
I don't think you could freeze them like those shiitake noodles or shiitake, whatever they're called. They're made with fish. Ugh, I don't know if you guys tried those, but they're pretty bad. This does not taste like that. It's very good.
Almost done. But they usually don't last that long in this house to worry about freezing them.
We both like pasta, but we haven't had it in years and years because of the low carb.
So that's it. Now the stirring's done. The noodles are all set. They've already formed. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the camera back up just a little bit. I'm going to take these noodles, put them back in the bowl, let set for 1 hour, let them firm up. I take this, and I take them out of this bowl of water. I rinse them out. I rinse them out a couple times to get the calcium off of there. And then it's good to go. You put them in the refrigerator. I believe they last for 5 to 7 days. But again, like I say, once you try this, once you taste them, not going to last 5 to 7 days. Not in this house, they don't. I'm already looking forward to the next step, and that's spaghetti and meatballs, and I cannot wait. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Share, enjoy, subscribe. You got to try these. Keto, zero carbs. You're going to love them.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Tony, for joining us in low carb keto cooking. And by all means, look for our next video because I'm going to make some homemade Italian meatballs without any breadcrumbs or cracker crumbs. We're going to do it all low carb to go with his spaghetti noodles.
Yes.
Like, share, and subscribe. Low Carb Carol. Thank you.
Have a good one. Thanks.